was when I ruled the world. It was the wicked and wild wind blew down the doors to let me in. Shattered windows and the sound of drums. People couldn't believe what I'd become. Revolutionaries wait for my head on a silver blade, just a puppet on a lonely string. Oh, who would ever want to be king? I hear Jerusalem bells ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name ever alone this word, but that was when I ruled the world. Hear Jerusalem bells ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name ever alone this word, but that was when I ruled the world.
There we go. Welcome back to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for tonight's first game playoff matchup between the 5th place Camel City Mafia. They'll be going up against the 3rd place Rink Rats. Mafia comes tonight 6-6-1 for 13 points, while the Rink Rats sit 8-6-0-1 for 17 points. The man in between the pipes tonight for the Mafia, that is Frank Nifong, who comes in tonight in his 3rd game stepping in for Spike Lanowet. As for Nifong, he sits through 7 goals against with an 86 save percentage. On the other side, it is Megan Leeming for the Rink Rats. She's 8-6-0-1, 58 goals against for a 3.84 goal against average. So far in the season, the current advantage would go to the Rink Rats. They sit at a goal differential of a plus 18, while the Mafia sits at a negative 7. Although the Rink Rats are favorited here in this pregame, the teams have faced off twice so far this season. Once dating back to January 21st, that was an 8-2 victory in favor of the Rink Rats. And most recently, back on March 9th, that was a 4-0 victory in favor of the Mafia. Taking a look at both of those games, for the Mafia, Josh DeBecke, a name that has been called on many times so far this season. He's had 2 goals and 2 assists in both games against the Rink Rats. 2 other big names to be aware of going in tonight. That's Charles Leisure, 1 goal and assist for him, alongside Jason Hicks. He as well, 1 goal, 1 assist. As for Chuck Gauthier, number 14 for the Mafia, he has 1 assist and 4 penalty minutes. The only man on the Mafia who has penalty minutes this season, at least against these 2 squads. Going over to the other side, for the Rink Rats, they've had a lot more scoring, 8 compared to the Mafia's 6. Taking a look into there, Tyler Steinle, number 21. He has 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points. Moving down the list, Kyle Thompson, the captain, has 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points. Ryan Forgas, number 7, has 2 goals himself, with Steve Holtz just behind him, 1 goal and 1 assist. Ben Vitolo has a goal as well against the 2 games against the Mafia. Ryan Ray for the Rink Rats, he has 2 penalty minutes, the only 2 penalty minutes against these 2 squads. Once again, the squads are split 1 game apiece, Mafia taking 1 4-0 that back on March 9th. Then the Rink Rats taking home the first matchup against the 2. That's an 8-2 victory back on January 21st. Taking a deeper look at the schedules between the 2 squads, starting up with the Mafia. They started their season back on December 22nd, and that was a 8-2 loss against the Silverbacks. As for the Silverbacks, they are the number 1 team in the league. They are 10-2-0-1 for 21 points. 3 points higher than the Trash Pandas, who will be seeing in game number 2 tonight against the Pink Panthers. Going into game number 2, that back on January 5th, Gold Diggers ended up outscoring the Mafia as well, 6-2, putting Mafia down 0-2 on the season. Mafia would win their first game on January 7th against the Reapers, a 5-1 game, before continuing that winning streak against the Pink Panthers, a 7-5 blowout back on January 14th. Then it would be the first matchup against the Rink Rats. Once again, that's an 8-2 victory for the Rink Rats back on January 21st. They would find themselves back in the losing column, this one coming in an overtime matchup against the Trash Pandas, 7-6. That following Tuesday on February 4th, the Gold Diggers would take home that one 9-5 over the Mafia. And just a few short days later, the Mafia would return the favor, 10-8 in favor of the Mafia over the Gold Diggers. A couple other important games as we take a look at. Once again, Mafia would end up shutting out the Rink Rats 4-0 back on March 2nd. And won their most recent games, a large scoring one at that. Mafia 9, Trash Pandas 7. Heading over to the other side for the Rink Rats, they would start their season out with a close one. They'd end up losing 6-5 to the Gold Diggers back on December 17th. Then they would turn things around on December 22nd, a 7-4 victory over the Pink Panthers. They'd continue that winning streak, scoring 7 again. This one up against the Trash Pandas on January 7th before scoring 7 once more in a 7-6 victory over the Silverbacks on January 12th. That January 12th game against the Silverbacks is one of 2 games that have gone into overtime, both of those heading into a shootout at that. The shootout winner back on... Apologies. The overtime winner in that game would go to Stephen Arnold. And yes, that was a shootout. Apologies. Heading down to the other shootout, that would be against the Pink Panthers. The Pink Panthers would end up taking that one home, 6-5. In the shootout, that would go 7 rounds. Normally a best of 3. But Jason Fox for the Pink Panthers would score in the 7th frame, nodding a 1-0 victory in a shootout for the Pink Panthers. Going on a little bit further, their most recent matchup, that would come on Tuesday, March 18th. The Rink Rats would end up beating the Pink Panthers of a final score 3-2. 3.5 to go in the warm-up frame, that is. And as we take a look back at the standings, Silverbacks take the first spot and head into the playoffs with a huge advantage, followed by the Trash Pandas 9-5, followed by the Rink Rats 8-6-0-1. Then the Gold Diggers come in 8-6. Mafia 6-6-1. Carolina Reapers 6-8. And the Pink Panthers at the bottom 2-12-1, but both of their wins come up against the Rink Rats. If the Rink Rats were able to take one of those two against the Pink Panthers, they would have taken that second overall spot against the Trash Pandas. And that would have put them in game number 2 as the Pink Panthers will take on the Trash Pandas just after the conclusion of this one. Gonna take a quick break as we head into the start of the first period. 2:20 to go here in warm-ups. Welcome back here to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for tonight's first game at playoff matchup between the Camel City Mafia and the Rink Rats. Some key names so far tonight for the Mafia. The points leader, that's number 9 for Josh Tebecki, through 13 games played. He has 20 goals, 9 assists for 29 points. Going to second, it's Jason Hicks, through 13 games played as well. He has 9 goals, 9 assists for 18 points. Followed by a tie in third. That's between Charles Leisure and Chuck Gauthier. 6 goals, 7 assists for 13 points for Leisure. 1 goal, 12 assists for Gauthier. For the other side, for the Rink Rats, a tie in points from both sides. Tyler Steinley, 15 goals, 14 assists for 29 points. Followed by Steven Arnold. Through 15 games, he has 17 goals, 7 assists for 24 points. And Ryan Forgas, 10 goals, 7 assists for 17 points. Once again, right here at the conclusion of warm-ups, netminders for tonight. For the Mafia, it's Frank Nifog. And for the Rink Rats, it's Megan Leeming. Buzzer goes off. Going to take another quick break right before the start of the first period. Welcome back here to the start of the first period. Looks like it's going to be Josh Tebecki's line going up against Steve Oakes. "20 minutes up on the board, and we are set to get things started between the 5th place Mafia and the 3rd place Rink Rats. Puck is dropped, and away we go. Tebecki able to win the drawback as it's worked up the near side, nearly intercepted by Steinley, as Tebecki has it near side. Shot goes up the pipe, rebound out in front. Leeming unsure where that one went. Nearly a chance right here, not even 10 seconds into the first period for Josh Tebecki. Through 2 games played, he does have 2 goals and 2 assists against the Rink Rats. The most recent game coming back on March 9th. Puck goes down like to the ice for an icing. 30 seconds gone into the first period. Same lines will stay up for both sides, as it will be Sebecki going up against Steinley once again. As for Steinley, he does have the edge against Sebecki, as he has 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points in those 2 games played. Pucks dropped, Steinley able to win this one back, this time over to Oakes, as he'll stop up back behind his own net, being pressured by Sebecki. Trying to work it up near side as it's going to be picked up by Hicks. Hits the blue line, shot goes on Leeming as Oakes picks it up in the far side corner. Up high, Mafia away with it, trying to work it back up to center as it's picked up by Oakes. Waiting to retouch back in on sides, they will. Being pressured by Leisure, that is. Up on the far side with Rominger. Oakes trying to find a centering feed. Red Sweater able to get a stick to it as it goes down through the ice. No icing. Forgus down in the corner. Pinball is up high, trying to get it to Holtz. Has control, able to work it out back to center. As Cumming intercepts it, trying to get it back in deep. Backhanded down low on the near side. Trying to get it to Vitolo. Centering feed is going to be picked up by the Mafia. As Gauthier throws it down through the ice, trying to get one on net of Leeming. Forgus, near side for Steinley, trying to get a touch pass out in front. Instead, a Mafia takes it right back the other way. Serva hits the blue line, trying to get it past Oakes. Can't. Steinley, and they're 1-on-3. Trying to work it forward, gets tripped up, no call. Steinley still with it down in the corner after nearly doing a 360 down on the ice. Thompson, trying to get a center feed on the skates of Nifong. Kicked out at the last second. Trying to pressure it out Finley. Offsides, throws it down the near side, hits the half boards down to the ice. Syracuse not able to touch it, nor why would he. And offsides is called. 17-20 in the first period. 1 shot on goal for both sides thus far. Nearly 1 good scoring chance for both sides. Nearly a good scoring chance from both sides here in the first 3 minutes. Syracuse winds up, fires. Glove save made by Nifong. Diving out to his left. He'll hold on to it as a faceoff will come back to his blocker side. As Gauthier's line is set to go up against Watson. Watson able to win it back to the point. Throws it down in the corner. Chasing after it, Watson. Pinballing around, able to get around Sedekasi. Not able to get around Larkin though. Trying to throw one on from a sharp angle, trying to get it off the back of Nifong. Man stripped up, but Thompson's able to pick it up in the neutral zone. No call on that. Near side for Watson, not able to hold on to the puck as it's worked back the other way. That pass was trying to find Serva. Instead, it finds a orange sweater as he clears it down to the ice for an icing. 3-1 shots on goal in favor of the Rink Rats. A tight game at that as we head just under 16 minutes ago here in the first. Once again, the regular season has come to a close. The team that finished up in first place this season, that's the Silverbacks. 10 wins, 2 losses, and 1 shootout loss for 21 points. Every team has been close in points so far this season. As Sebecki has it near side, trying to get it over for Arnold. Apologies, that's Gay. Down near side, trying to find a centering feed, just gets it past Ray. Sebecki working in the slot. That's going to be thrown off by Arnold down in the near side corner. Chasing after it. Syracuse up high. Ray trying to pressure it out, and here's a chance going the other way. But will that be called for an icing? It will be, as it was touched just the other side of the red line. 5 minutes gone here in the first period. Still a 0-0 game between the Mafia and Rink Rats. Puck's dropped. Rinkrat's trying to clear it out. Here's a chance from Sebecki. Backhanded shot, just sent high. Down near side corner. Pinballing up high. Not able to keep in was Rominger, as that will go down link to the ice for an icing. 30 seconds killed since the last one. 14:20 to go here in the first. Back on the most recent game between these two, that was a 4-0 win in favor of the Mafia. The first goal was not scored until the 1907 mark of the first period. That was scored by Josh Sebecki, assisted by Jason Hicks. Trying to find a centering feed as they had a chance in the slot as it went off a few bodies as Ray's trying to work it up the far side boards. Who's puck as Sebecki comes away with it. Down low, still holding. Sharp angle shot, shoot, save made by Laming. Puck still loose out in front, trying to poke it home. Shot blocked out in front once again. That went off a body, I believe, of Forgas. Shot, save made by Laming, goes off the right pad into the corner. Josh Claus trying to work it out. Over for Sebecki. Shot blocked by Forgas. Laming will dive over on top of it. 3 or 4 huge chances here by the Mafia in about the last minute. Going back to the first matchup between these two, once again that was an 8-2 victory in favor of the Rinkrets. That was back on January 21st. Out to the point, long shot, save made by Laming. Nearly went up over her glove, but she'll hold on to it. 13 minutes to go here in the first period. Sedekasi set to take the draw against Watson. Puck's dropped. A couple whacks at it, but Watson able to get it back deep. Rinkrats slows it down with the ice for an icing. 12:34 to go here in the first. Going back to the first matchup, this back on January 21st at 10:30. The first goal was scored at the 1 minute mark of the first. That was by Kyle Thompson of the Rinkrats. That was assisted by Tyler Steinley. The second goal in that game was scored at the 5:13 mark by Josh Claus by Charles Leisure. Out in front, diving by Laming as the puck's still loose. Holtz trying to work it out. That gets pressured back in by Leisure. Not before it's poked back out by Oakes. Here's a chance, Vitolo, 2-on-1. Steinley near side, blocked out in front by Gauthier. Centers as it's thrown back out. Shot just goes wide as Forgas is able to backhand it in from the point. Over for Steinley. Down low, trying to work it out near side. Kept in, loose in the slot, but able to come away with it is Gauthier. Centers it, here's Leisure, 1-on-1. Shoots, scores! Over for Steinley. Down low, trying to work it out near side. Kept in. Loose in the slot, but able to come away with it is Gauthier. Centers it. Here's Leisure. 1-on-1. Shoots. Scores! Shot just sent wide from the Rinkrats as it is a 1-0 lead in favor of the Mafia. Sedekasi able to work it forward, trying to get a second goal here. Here's a chance from Cumming, not able to hold on as the puck's worked down the other way. Cutting up through center ice, Arnold. Shot goes off the pipe, able to pick up his own rebound. Throws up high. Silently trying to keep it at the point, just escapes danger on the blue line. Has to wait to retouch back in on sides as Hoots was just in offsides. Has a chance. Blocked out in front. That was a loose on the slot as it comes out to Sierra Goose at the point. Winds up, fires. Save made by Nifong. Believe that last goal was scored by number 15 of Charles Leisure. If so, that is his second goal against the Rinkrats this season. And as for Leisure, that's his 7th goal of the season. His 14th overall point as well. Hicks working up the far side. Back getting out to center. Jumping Watson, not able to gain control, but it comes out for Arnold. Shot, gloved, as it went down. Rebound out in front. Nifong not able to gain all of that one. Centers near side has a chance for Zach Hoots on the back door. Got to stick to it, but sent it just wide. Sebecki works it forward for Serva. Serva's cross ice feed trying to find Finley. That will go down like the ice for an icing. 7-5 shots on goal in favor of the Rink Rats. But the score is in favor of the Mafia. Haley, can you switch the scoreboard on that one? The scoreboard's backwards. Puck's dropped near side. Siragusa trying to keep it and can't. Going to be a foot race the other way between Serva. Serva has it, drops it up for Finley, has a chance. Trying to get it back to Serva. Instead it comes out for Ryan Ray the other way. Ray gets it stuck up in his feet as it comes out near side. Here's a chance for Sebecki all alone. Working down low. Shot. Trying. The throwing up in the corner. Save made by Leeming, but kept in at the point. Thrown in. Stick to side into the corner. Comes out for Watson. Behind the net. Working up high. Watson will cut back this side of Sebecki. On top of the Thunderbirds logo, hits the blue line and on sides. Watson taking it coast to coast. Down low, Sinners trying to get it out for Oaks. Instead it finds Serva. Serva able to get it out to center ice. The only man back deep for the Rink Rats, that is Forgus. Trying to work it near side for Gay. Instead it's turned over. Here's Sebecki. Shot just sent wide off the back glass. Ray trying to work it forward. Back over for Sebecki. Arcs down low, trying to get it back out to the slot as it comes into the corner for Spencer Claus. Lowering it down near side, Gay chasing after it. Sinners. Shot, save made by Leeming. The defensive zone turnover nearly led to a chance for the Mafia. Forgus and Spencer Claus going at it down in front of the net of Megan Leeming. And it looks like they're both going to be sent to the penalty box here. I believe it's going to be Forgus for cross-checking and possibly Spencer Claus for roughing. That's at least what we'll go with here. Regardless here, it looks like it's going to be 5-on-5 for the next 2 minutes. Loose puck in center ice. Hits the blue line. Instead of Cassie with it. Working it down low. Shot blocked out in front by one. That's going to be played in offsides. Indeed so. Waiting to retouch as it comes back out into the neutral zone. Hicks down the near side trying to work it forward. Gets a stick to it as it's thrown in deep by Cumming. Apologies here. Trying to get the scoreboard right. There we go. Work down the near side. Picking up Arnold. Gets her on one. Has a chance. Hits the blue line. In. Shot. Save made by Nifong off his shoulder into the corner. Rominger trying to work it out of danger. Near side. Hits the blue line but able to keep it in. Arnold. Shot. Toe safe. Puck still loose in the slot. Cleared out of danger. Hits the far side half boards. Will that have the legs for icing? Just barely. As the whistle is blowed, 6:05 to go here in the first. As for Spencer Claus, this is his first penalty of the season. As for Forgus, it's his third. Hits the blue on near side. Serva chasing and shot. Save. Scores! Went off Megan Leeming and found its way into the back of the net. Drew Serva gets his first goal against the Rink Rats, and this is a big one in playoffs. 2-0 for the Mafia. Hits the blue on near side. Serva chasing and shot. Save. Scores! As for Serva, that's his third goal of the season. His 10th overall point as well. Arnold trying to get one back. Has a chance on the front door. It's Watson. A man falls down. Shot goes back behind the net. The man that hit the deck, that's the Rink rat. Trying to get a centering feed back over for Holtz. A bouncing puck still loose. Sabecki trying to work it out. Puck just sent wide. Rominger behind the net. Trying to get a centering feed. Instead it finds Arnold. Had a chance for a breakaway. Sabecki. Vitolo down the near side being pressured by Rominger. He'll try and backhand it out as it comes up for Sabecki. He'll work it forward. Here's a chance. 3-on-1. Down low Hicks. Takes a shot. Save! As a rebound hits the far side corner. Kept in. Rominger. That gets pressured out. Here's a chance now for Serva. Trying to backhand one in. Shot just sent wide from Hicks. Sabecki down low. Back for Hicks. Trying to slow things down as it goes up high once again for Leisure. He's scored one so far tonight. Trying to get a centering feed. Instead it comes out for Watson. Trying to take it the other way. Shot from Sabecki. Save made by Leeming. Leisure in the corner. Centering feed. That's going to be picked up by Siragusa. That's going to be dropped back the other way for a Rink rat. Played up the near side. The penalties have expired. Waiting for the next puck stoppage for them to come out. And there it is on the icing. 3:37 to go in period number 1. 10-10 shots on goal for this one. 2-0 is the score, though, in favor of the Mafia. The most recent game did result in a Mafia win. That was a 4-0 one. That, not trying to be superstitious for either side, but it is 2-0. They're halfway there here in the first. Steinley up high for Forgas. Shot save made by Nifong right out of the penalty box. Able to get a shot on goal. Apologies there, that's Thompson. Forgas is down low. Sorry, Kyle. Steinley's line out will remain the same here. Closing in just under 3. Out for Oaks. Long shot. Save made by Nifong. Thrown down into the corner. Backhanding it in deep. Steinley pressuring up against Sean Larkin. That's cleared down length of the ice. Will that be an icing? It will be. 2:25 to go here in period number 1. 2 quick shots, though, by the Rink Rats. None of them able to get past Frank Nifong so far here in the first 17.5 minutes in the first period. Steinley's line remains out, able to win that back out to the point once again for Oaks. Long shot, that's going to be blocked by Sedekasi. Bringing it forward, trying to get it over for Finley. Not able to get a stick on it. An icing call once again. Under 2 to go here in the first period. Taking a closer look at game number 2, it's going to be the Trash Pandas up against the Pink Panthers. Pink Panthers coming tonight 2-12-1. That's 1 overtime loss for 5 points. For the Trash Pandas, they're 9-5 for 18 points. Larkin up the far side. Throws it up top, able to get a stick to it. Here comes a chance for Sedekasi. Forgas pressuring hard on the back check. Shot! Ends up whiffing partially, but able to get enough on it to try and get it past Megan Leeming. That was just sent wide as man gets sent down to the ice near side. Able to come away with its Oaks. Holding deep in his own defensive zone, trying to get it up for Thompson. Got a stick to it, going down the ice. First one to it's going to be Sean Larkin. The 2 win on the seasons for the Pink Panthers, that would come up against the Rink Rats. They met 3 times during the course of, 4 times during the course of the season, if I do believe. Rink Rats would win game 1. Pink Panthers would win the second and third matchup, and it would end up losing the 4th game. As it almost appeared that the Rink Rats were tired of losing to the Pink Panthers. Puck's dropped. Trying to throw a shot off the draw was Hoots. Comes out to the point for Forgas. Trying to throw it in deep. Instead it's picked up and nearly cleared out of the zone. Goes off the glass, down link to the ice. Forgas the first one to it. Able to get a stick on it. Here's a chance for Sedekasi, but not able to hold the puck as Oaks has it deep in their own zone. as that will do it for the first period. 2-0 Mafia after 1. Gonna take a quick commercial timeout and we'll be back right after this.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Coming back here for the start of the second period, 2-0 in favor of the Mafia. And the last time, well, these teams have only met twice. But the only time that the Mafia scored in the first period, that was a 4-0 shutout back on March 2nd. Trying to take it back the other way. Shot just in wide and Leeming almost looked like she never saw it. Centers has a chance. And as I was just saying, the Camel City Mafia had scored back in the second period on that March 2nd game. That was 38 seconds in. Has a chance to do nearly the same thing here. Centers trying to get it over for Arnold, just sent wide. Down low in the corner, Ray trying to get it out. As it finds Leisure, one of the goal scorers here in this one. Good pass down the near side, able to get it serve a shot. Save made by Leeming. Nearly had her diving just a tad too far to her right. Comes up for Arnold. He has 1 assist so far against these teams. His stick gets thrown out, no call. Never mind, I stand corrected. There will be a penalty on that for lifting the stick out of his hand. A Mafia not too happy about that. But a penalty called nonetheless, and nothing they say can change it. We will go with an interference call. That will go up against number 7. That would go up against Markle. Apologies here for Nick and Jason. According to the stat sheet, you're the wrong numbers. Just as you have been for the last week as well. I do apologize about that. I'd say Nick Markle got the call for interference once again. So Becky goes down to clear the puck down like the ice. First into it, and that's Sean Larkin. Down in the corner, able to get it back to Sabecki. Trying to settle a bouncing puck. Shot, that's going to be blocked out in front by Arnold. First one to it, that's Steve Oakes. Passing up the far side, able to get it to Arnold. Hits the blue line. Cutting out in front, trying to backhand it through Sean Larkin. Shot, save made by Knifearm. Down in the corner, Watson, able to get it back to Arnold. Trying to get it past the Watson out in the slot. Instead, it comes out to the point for Siragusa. He'll hold it. Dump it down low near side. Able to get it back to Watson. Stuck in his feet. Trying to get a stick on it as there's still a loose puck. Larkin able to throw it up high. Server now chasing after it. Battle once again with Watson up the far side boards. Puck still loose. Work down the near side. Steinley now apart. Jeez, it's Arnold from the right circle. Shot. Save made by Knifeong. Line change coming up for both sides. Zabecki looks to be staying out here. 18 seconds left to go on this power play to the Rink Rats. It's going to be 21's line of Tyler Steinley, who's had 3 goals and 2 assists in 2 games against the Mafia. Out to the point. Penalty has expired. Over for Forgus. Trying to get one last chance here. Save made by Nifong. Cleared out. That will go down with the ice for an icing. 16:40 to go here in the second. 16-11 shots on goal in favor of the Rink Rats. But so far, all 16 has been stopped by Frank Nifong. Sabecki up against Steinley, the 2 highest point scorers against each other this season. On the far side, trying to get out. Here's a chance for Sabecki. Works it down in near side, but sicked aside by Oaks. Waiting to retouch back in on sides. That's going to be played off sides. Diving play here at the blue line, but Josh Claus not able to get back in on time. Whistle is blown as the clock ticks down from 15:45. Face off in the neutral zone, trying to work it forward as it comes out for Oaks in the defensive zone. Over for Forgus. Centers, trying to get it to Simon. That's going to go on net of Nifong. He'll play it down in the corner for Rominger. Pressuring hard. Takes an Anox hop as it's out back into the neutral zone. Waiting to retouch in on sides. Oaks going to play it back for Forgus. He'll nearly skate over on top of it as that's almost intercepted by Nick Markle. It is. Up high. Centers. Shot. Just in wide from Sabecki. Centers once again comes out top for Claus. Trying to throw it in deep. Forgus trying to clear it out. Back over for Markle. Drops it back to the point. Claus winds up, fires. Save made by Leeming. It hit her toe. She didn't even know it. The orange sweater is able to clear it out. That's going to go on net, and Nifong will cover it up. 14:45 to go in period number 2. Just about full line changes coming up for both sides, all except the 21 of orange. That's Tyler Steinley. Shot was blocked out in front by Chuck Gothier as it comes back down into the corner. Trying to work it out as Arnold comes away with it. Sharp angle shot, save made by Nifong. Rebound! That will be covered up right out in front of the crease. Rebound bounced right out in front of Nifong. An orange sweater was able to put a shot on, but Nifong was able to cover that one up. Steinley would head off for a line change. Replacing him, that would be Eddie Watson. Sedekassi works it out to center ice. Here's a chance, 2-on-1. Being pressured by Siragusa. He ends up getting the puck out of danger for now as it's worked up the far side for Watson. Heading to blue line has Kyle Thompson behind him. Trying to drop it back for him. Instead it finds a red sweater. Taking it the other way is Larkin. A 1-on-3. Hits the blue line. Able to get around Siragusa as it heads down to the corner for Thompson. Loosen a couple skates in the slot. Trying to poke it home. Puck still loose. Thompson able to clear it out. Able to get it to Zach Hoots. Ends up losing it. Sedekassi able to keep it in for the time being. As Arnold's headed down into the corner. Centering feed. Just a hair too far as Markle will clear it back into the attacking zone. Siragusa deep in his own corner. Down low. Able to get it to Eddie Watson. They'll have numbers as they hurry, hitting the blue line. Cutting out in front, being pressured. Still with it as it comes down to the corner. Trying to drop it back. Arnold not able to keep it in as it's a foot race going the other way. Will that be an icing? No, not far enough as Siragusa is being pressured by Sedekassi. Able to work it forward. Here's a chance. 1-on-1. Trying to drop it back. Had a chance, but not able to get a shot off. Back to a 4-on-1 the other way. It's Gothier. Centers for Sedekassi. Shot tipped out in front. Just sent it wide. Sitting on the back door. Zach Hoots brings out to center ice, trying to get it to Siragusa. Instead, it goes right back down the other way. Arnold behind the net. Near side for Syracuse. Ends up losing it. Markle trying to pressure it over for Zabecki. 2 orange, 1 red sweater going at it. Down in front of the penalty box. Arnold clears up the far side. Able to get to the Hoots. Ends up losing it. Picking it up. The team in red. Zabecki centers. Has a chance just a hair too far. As the orange sweaters able to get it back the other way. Here comes Steinley. Stick to side by Markle. That's going to be a trip, no call. A little bit of indirect contact against Steinley from Zabecki. Trying to work it forward now is Ray. Zabecki down low, hitting the blue line. Winds up, fires, just sent it wide. Able to keep that in his claws at the point. Glove down by Arnold. Puck still loose. Rominger gets it back. Centers down the near side of the ice. Able to get the Ray. Shot, just sent it high over the net of Nifong. Steinley able to keep it in down low. Coming back for Ray. 2-0 Mafia. Shot by Forgas blocked as it comes right back to him. Trying to get a tip out in front. Nifong. A little bit of a delayed reaction there, but it was sent wide regardless. Back out to the neutral zone. Forgas drops it back for Oaks. Near side trying to get it to raise. That will go down link to the ice. That looks like it will go on net. No icing. Rominger back deep, being pressured by an orange sweater. Throws it down the near side half boards as it comes out for Forgas. Cross ice feed, trying to get a one-touch pass down the near side. Ray chasing after it along with Markle. Markle throws out the far side, but that's not going to be kept in. Was able to get a stick on it at the point, but that just hopped underneath the stick. Near side for Forgas. Up the far side, trying to get it to Gay. Instead, it finds a red sweater. Here comes Zabecki, hits the blue line. Holding from the left circle, still with it. Centers trying to get a tip on it, but Forgas sent it to the corner. Back down near Zabecki. Drops it back for Claus, trying to deke around one. That was Forgas. Claus up high, dropping it back down low. Claus on the backhand, trying to get it back to the point. Has a chance. Zabecki out in front. Nearly got a tip out in front of the net. But the Rink Rats take it back the other way. It's Steinley hitting the blue line. Winds up, fires. Save made by Nifong. A little bit uncomfortable there, but made the save nevertheless. Forgas, shot, save made by Nifong. Rebound down low. Centers has a chance. Holtz, shot covered up by Nifong. He'll throw it into the corner. Just under 10 to go here in the second.
Number 10 just went off the ice.
Face-off will come up to the glove hand side of Frank Nifong. Waiting for this near side door to close for play to resume. 8:27 to go here in the second. Pucks drops here. Holtz trying to get in deep. Instead, it goes off the body of Sedekassi, the captain of the Mafia. Being pressured by Oaks as Oaks will take it back deep in their own corner. Still being pressured by Sedekassi. Played on the near side. Takes an anox off and it comes right back out for Oaks. Trying to work it forward. Here's a chance for the Rink Rats. Centers. Shot. Save made by Nifong. He'll cover it up. Pass just a hair too far forward for Eddie Watson. Both lines will stay out as Eddie Watson will take the draw up against the captain of the Mafia. That's Vince Sedekassi. Mafia was able to win that back, but the Rink Rats had nearly a play in action as they were able to win that right off the draw. Out to the point, Forgas. Shot. Blocked out in front. Sent just wide. I believe that was a little bit of friendly fire there as that went off the body of Ben Vitolo. Back the other way. Hits the blue line. Trying to deke it in as Oaks has it sticked off his way as it comes back out for Watson. 82 with 81 up high. Watson able to go around Sedekassi. And in the corner, trying to find a centering feed. Holtz not able to get a shot off as that will go back down link to the ice. As Vitola was heading off the ice, you could hear him slamming his stick in disgust. I could almost believe, as he was just a bit frustrated that that last shot hit him, instead of trying to either deflect it or setting a screen. Pass up intended for Hoots goes down link to the ice for an icing. 6:37 to go here in the second. Spencer Claus making his way back out onto the ice after heading off just a few moments ago. As for Claus, he has a penalty so far tonight. That was a offsetting penalty with Ryan Forgas. A pair of a cross-checking and roughing minors, I could only assume. Trying to get it back out to the point. Thompson trying to work it forward. Here's a chance now for the Rink Rats. Heading the blue line, it's Arnold. Simon on the back door. Stick to side. Nearly played with a high stick. I'm not sure if that was luck or skill there. Instead of Cassie comes in. Shot. Just in it wide. Down low for Thompson. Rings it down the near side half boards. Able to get it to Steinley. Has Arnold behind him. Trying to get it back for Arnold. Instead it comes out for Markle. Markle up high. Still with it, being pressured now by Steinley. He'll throw it in from the center red line. Saragusa back deep. Being semi-pressured there by Brian Finley. Pass down for Thompson, intercepted by Red Sweater. That's going to be dumped down like the ice. Has a chance here in the back door, but it's going to be picked up by Arnold. He'll cut in front of the net. Down low for Thompson. Hitting the blue line. Being pressured by one, but still with it. On the backhand, trying to leave it for Steinley. Down low. Unsure where that puck went, as it was able to find a Red Sweater, but out for Arnold. Backdoor shot, scores! Thompson hitting the blue line. Tyler Steinley able to get his fourth goal against the Mafia. As for Steinley, he continues to add to his point total this season. His 16th goal on the season. That's his 30th point. "2-1 is your score. The Rink Rats finally able to get their first one of the night. Puck's dropped. Trying to get another one here. Here comes Watson from the near side. Shot save made by Nifong. Able to cover that one up. A nice rebound save there to keep it a 2-1 game in favor of the Mafia. 26-14 are your shots on goal. That's flipped of the scoreboard as the shots are in favor of the Rink Rats. Shot right off the draw, save. Has a chance for Ray. Goes off the left pad of Nifong. Gay drops it back near side for Oaks. Long shot, save made by Nifong. Nearly got a tip out in front by Hoots. Same line will stay out for the Rink Rats, but it looks like it's going to be a defensive pairing change for the Mafia. Closing on 3:30 to go here in the second. Puck's dropped near side. Has a chance now as it comes out for the Mafia. Trying to get around Oaks as it hits center. Forgas pressuring down low. Indirect pass, able to find Josh Claus. He'll take it the other way. Here's Sabecki. Digging out in front. Shot, save, rebound. Had nobody in the back doors. It comes out for Forgas. Claus got to stick to it as it goes out of play. Right up into section 217. 3 minutes to go here in the second. A 1-goal game. Third period will just be live audio from this game, as I will be getting ready for game number 2. That's between the Trash Pandas and the Pink Panthers. The shot from Larkin just sent wide. Claus dropping it back to the point, and sets to be picked up by Sabecki. Shot tipped out in front. Nearly had a chance here from Josh Claus, who does have a goal against the Rink Rats this season. As it works its way back out to center ice. Over for Larkin. Down low for Sabecki. Trying to get around Oaks. He will. Right out in front. Forehand. Shot. Save made by Leeming. Just underneath the left pad. 2:10 to go here in the second. I'll do the first portion of the third period because I always get done very early. Back behind the net. Comes up for Ben Vitolo. Cross ice feed down low for Holtz. Able to hit the blue line. Leaves it for Steinle going behind Holtz. Slowing down, trying to throw a sharp angle shot, and that gets blocked by Sean Larkin. He'll leave it for Gauthier as he comes up top. Forgas able to keep it in. Out in front, Steinle shot, just sent it off. The leg pad of Nifong getting thrown down into the boards. Puck still loose. Man gets thrown down to the ice. Steinle on top of him. Whistle not blown as it comes down near side for a red sweater. Trying to clear it out, can't. As it comes up top now for Sebecki. He'll circle back around deep in his own zone. Throwing it down the near side half boards. Able to get it to Leisure. He got to stick to it but couldn't hold on as it comes down for Oaks. Behind the goal line. Forgas. Centers. Had a chance for Sebecki. Nearly another turnover there in the defensive zone for the Rink Rats. Up high for Steinle. Being pressured by Leisure. Gauthier pressuring as Sebecki able to come away with it as it comes out for Cumming. Sebecki not too happy with one of the Rink Rats.
Oh, we got two going on. It's Becky and somebody.
Let's see which two go to the box. It looks like it's going to be number 14 of Chuck Gauthier along with Tyler Steinle. Indeed so, Chuck Gauthier of the Mafia and 21 of Tyler Steinle. 27 seconds to go left here in the second period. It's going to be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. 27.7 on the clock. 5-on-5, excuse me. Puck is dropped. Back out in the neutral zone, trying to work it forward as Holtz. Comes out for Watson, just out of his reach, as Sebecki will take it the other way. Being pressured by Vitolo. Vitolo and Sebecki with a few choice words here right at the start of that penalty. Comes out near side, Sebecki on top of it, shoots, scores! And the crowd goes wild as the period will come to a close. Start of that penalty. Comes out near side, Sebecki on top of it, shoots, scores! And the crowd goes wild. Sebecki gets his first goal of the night. That's his third goal against the Rink Rats. We're going to take a quick 1-minute timeout and we'll be back right after this.
Take a trip down to the country at Bixby General Store. We have everything you need from a quick lunch to a fishing or hunting license. So come on in, with our staff so friendly and kind it will seem as if you've never left your own home. Browse the aisles stocked with a wall full of variety of drinks, chips, ice cream, fishing gear, and more. There's also a fresh and hot deli with Bixby famous hot dogs, hamburgers, and so much more. Just ask for the Bixby Chicks to guide you in the right direction and find what you need. That is Bixby General Store at 2200 Cornatza Road, Advance, North Carolina, 27006. Call us at 336-998-6470. We can also be found on Facebook or Instagram at Bixby General Store.
Welcome back here to the start of the third and final frame between the Camel City Mafia and the Rink Rats. That goal was scored to Josh Sebecki. That's his 21st goal of the season. As for 21 of the Rink Rats, he's still in the penalty box for about the next minute and a half. As we sit 5-on-5, at least until the next whistle after a minute and a half. Thompson said to Cassie talking things over with one of these referees. Oh, it's that old guy. As it's going to be Watson's line up against Sedekassi's. 20 minutes up on the board, and we are set for a good one. Markle up high for the Mafia able to get to Finley. He'll backhanded in deep, and that's going to be picked up by Watson. Apologies, that was picked up by Arnold as it's out back in the neutral zone, trying to get it for Watson. Instead it finds a red sweater. That's Sedekassi. He'll dump it in deep, picked up by Syracuse in his own defensive zone. Throwing up for Arnold, trying to get it for Watson. Instead it's picked up by Markle. Playing a retouch back in on sides as that's thrown in deep into the near side corner. Picking up Arnold, pressuring Sedekassi as it's thrown down the near side half boards. All the way back out to the neutral zone as that's going to be thrown right back the other way by Markle. Picking that up is Arnold. Out for Syracuse, being pressured by one as it comes out for Zerva. Trying to take it back the other way. Instead, Syracuse has it. He'll hit the blue line 1-on-1. Taking it down low on the backhand. Forehand shoot. Save made by Nifong. He'll hold on to it just over a minute. Played in the third period. About 30 seconds until the next whistle will be available for both Gauthier and Steinley to exit the penalty boxes. Watson line stays out as the puck's dropped, comes out. Arnold shot just sent high as he was aiming for the corner right above the glove hand side of Frank Nifong. Trying to get a centering feed. That's kept in by Arnold. He has some free real estate up high. Forehand shot, save, rebound. Will be covered up by the left pad of Frank Nifong. Next whistle will be it for the 2 men in the box. I believe it's still Watson out for the Rink Rats. Next whistle will be it, and then these two will be back out onto the ice. Down low, chasing after it, Josh Claus can't win the foot race as it comes out near side, able to get to the Spencer Claus. Loose in the skates of Syracuse. He's able to hit the blue line. Deeks around one. Here's a chance down the near side, being pressured by one. It's Claus. He'll play it down the near side, able to get it to Sedekassi. Centers. Over for Arnold. He'll throw it up the far side. Gets a stick to it for Thompson. Thrown right back out in the neutral zone by Rominger. Arnold chasing after it. Has Syracuse down low. He'll deke run one. Hits the blue line. Arnold ends up losing the puck at the last second as it's thrown right back out into the neutral zone. Ray and Syracuse back deep for the Rink Rats. Near side for Syracuse. Being pressured by Claus. He'll throw it forward. Able to get it to Watson. 17:03 to go here in the third. Tripped up on the backhand, still with it. Throws up high. Nearly loses an edge, but still able to come away with it. Being pressured by Rominger. Trying to get out of danger, and they will, as that's not able to be kept in at the point by Gay. Arnold skates in up top. Able to get around Sedekassi, able to get a Rominger. Shot, save, rebound. Goes back by the net on Nifong. Unsure where it is as it's out in front. Ray backhanded shot as it's still loose from the left circle. Arnold comes away with it. Shot goes high over the back of the net of Nifong. Out in front, puck still loose. Sedekassi throws his man down to the ice. Save made by Nifong. Loose on the backhand. Nobody home on the back door to poke that one in as it comes out to the point. Arnold keeps it in. Fires. Save made by a diving Claus. Trying to clear it out. Shot just sent wide from Watson. Ray up high. That shot blocked by Larkin. That's thrown down to the ice. Will that have the legs for an icing? Yes. Yes, it will. And both men will head back out onto the ice. A very long penalty at that between Steinley and Gauthier. 15:45 to go in the third. And this is where I will call it to get ready for game number 2 between the Trash Pandas and Pink Panthers. 3-1 is your score in favor of the Mafia over the Rink Rats. close out of OBS. Reopen it and search terminal. You got that? Is it heavy?
Because of this, but
I don't know what to call it, but about it fixed. Okay, did we lose anybody? We lost 2. So, I'm good. And we're locked in 2.
yeah, 4 6. Okay.
I hope this thing works.